What is your take on PPC data loop? I think the difficulty in the PPC data loop is that it is varied because there's clicks happening all of the time. Okay, so here's what I'll say about data evaluation. Understand that about 12 to 48 hours look back window, the sales data is still being updated. Ads data is not specifically real time, which does create a massive issue for advertisers. Now, there are things like a marketing stream, which is helpful because that does give you, say, like that same day's data. So, what I would say is in terms of look back windows, I'll just give you basic look back windows. In our experience, looking at a 7 to 14 day look back window can be very helpful. Now, what I would say, other factor of that is there are some brands, specifically brands that have very high price points and low conversion rates. You will tend to see massive fluctuations in the data if you look at a 7 or 14 day window. And so we do have a varied look back window. So an example in brands like that, I'm going to look back at a rolling 30-day date range to make my general optimizations. So what are general optimizations? General optimizations are things like bid adjustments, budgeting strategy, placement percentages, at some point, again, budgets, trying to think, negative keywords. Problem with looking at everything always on a rolling basis is you're not going to see what's happening today. So the two numbers that are more real time and are updated quicker in our experience have been sales, so total sales for the account, like say business reports, and then ad spend tends to be the most up to date. And so in our experience, you can look at things on a daily level if you're looking at, say, total sales, total ACoS for a product. So trying to understand profitability that way. And then we would look at a rolling date range for our data loop. But what I would say is you want to base your look back windows or your data loops based on the individual account performance. So an example would be we might have one brand that has a really high budget. They're going after some really significant keywords. Our data loop needs to be much shorter. Might be looking at the last 2 to 3 days of data or 7 days. And then for our general accounts, we found 14-day look back windows tend to be really good.